Hello. Today we're going to learn, I'm going to introduce you to what is a limit. So I'm going to go over the book definition of a limit and then my definition of a limit. So the book says a limit can tell us, well, what is a limit? A limit can tell us the value that a function approaches as that function's input get closer and closer to some number. So that's what the book says. In my version, in plain English, a limit is a y value as x approaches some number. That's all it is. So a limit can be a real number like 6 or 3.75. It could also be DNE or does not exist. And it also could be positive infinity or negative infinity. So those are the three options of a limit, limit answer. So it can be a real number, DNE, or positive infinity or negative infinity. So in this course, you will learn different techniques for finding limit for certain functions. So I want to do a simple one, a simple limit, just to give you an idea of what how to solve a limit. So they're asking what is the limit as x approaches 2 and of this function 4x squared plus 3. So this was a simple one. If you want to get a number, that's the goal of getting a limit. If you substitute 2 into the function, you will get 4, right? So 2 squares 4, 2 squares 4 times 4, that's 16, plus 3, so that's 17, 18, 19. So the limit as x approaches 2 is 19. So what does that mean? Well, it's pretty much a y value. So if it's a good idea to if you can, if you don't, you could just plot in Desmo, graph this. What does this graph look like? I'll give you it's a parabola, right? We can make a table. So let's make a table and make a chart to figure out only a few points, not too much. So let's plug in 0. That'll give us our y-intercept. So that would be 4 0 squared plus 3. So that would be 3. Let's plug, since a parabola, the domain is all real numbers. So what if we plug in, I don't know, 2? No, if we plug in 2, you get 19. So let's do, you know what, that's good enough. So this is a y-intercept, it's gonna curve. So it would look roughly something like this, right? Roughly, not exact, but a good idea. So basically, as x approaches 2, the y value would have to be, now this graph is non-scale, so this is going to be about 19, exactly 19. So as x approaches 2, the y value will be 19. And that is how you find the limit. Now, obviously, this is an easy one. It's going to be more complex. You're going to get more crazy graphs, and you got to find the limit. So in this course, I'll go over all the different techniques and proper graphing for finding the limit for certain functions. So that's all I want you to introduce you is what is a limit and what does it mean. So in the next section, we will talk about discontinuity.